Here's Steve Ryan talking about stability returning post the 31st of October under a Rishi Sunak, Jeremy Hunt's team, if that is indeed where we get to. Are you confident that can happen after the turmoil that there has been in recent weeks?
I think it's a really interesting test for the Conservative Party of whether they can get their act back together to actually create a cabinet that does sort of, unlike the Boris Johnson or the Liz Truss cabinets, actually does represent sort of full span of views within the party. And then whether they're actually able to give, and what the civil service really needs, what the country really needs, is a degree of clear direction. I think Hunt and Sunak clearly are on the same page on the economy, though I think Jeremy Hunt might find it a bit weird having an ex-Chancellor as Prime Minister because Rishi Sunak may be trying to do a bit too much of Jeremy Hunt's job for him. I think Alistair Darling found that a bit when he was working for Gordon Brown in the wake of the financial crisis. But I think if they can get their relationship to work, that's very important. And then it'll be very interesting to see who else Rishi Sunak appoints and where on all these areas of policy that actually we don't really know much about what Rishi Sunak thinks, where he's really untried because he's actually got incredibly little experience for someone coming in to be Prime Minister. He's not been tested as leader of the opposition, which is the alternative route in. So it'll be really interesting to see who he puts where and whether this is a government that actually is clear on what it wants to do and can command that parliamentary party, which does now seem to sort of rebel on a sort of, week by week basis. Very important, he gets really good business managers in to manage to sort of deliver the government's legislative programme, because that's another thing that, Boris Johnson had a majority of 80, but a lot of the time it looked like he was running a minority government.